Hello and welcome to Finextra TV. You join us on UK Fintech Week here at IFGS 2024 in London. And I'm very pleased to be joined by Clare Gambardella, Chief Customer Officer of Zopa Bank. Thank you so much for joining us, Clare.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I know there was a big announcement this morning.
There was, yeah.
Some really good news. So Zopa Bank completed its first full year of profit. So that's obviously a great start to the conversation. With that in mind, what factors do you think have led to the UK becoming a global fintech hub? And what do you think have been its most significant contributions over the last 10 years?
Sure, so it is a great milestone for us at Zopa, something we've been working towards since we got our bank licence in 2020. I think that there's really four things that make the UK so great for fintech. The first is the regulatory environment. I think the UK regulators have really been at the forefront of creating an environment which is very open to innovation. So interventions like the FCA sandbox, which has allowed firms to access proportionate and bespoke regulation, have really encouraged innovation. I think the second is the UK consumer. So a recent EY report put adoption of fintech at 70% of UK consumers. So that's a very big market that firms want to access. They're also very able to access funding in the UK. So I think in the first quarter of this year, there was about 1.1 billion of capital raised in the UK fintech sector, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And lastly, the availability of global talent. I mean, the UK has long been a magnet for talent. There's currently around 75,000 people in the UK fintech sector, and it's set to grow a lot more by 2030. And I think what that does is create a really thriving community that firms want to be part of, and a kind of shared energy and innovation, which is exactly what you can see here today.
Yeah, I know, you can feel the buzz in the room. There's a lot going on, and a really positive start as well, so thank you for that. What do you think, if we look back at the last 10 years up until now, have been the biggest disruptors technology-wise?
I mean, I think two that spring to mind are firstly the rise of contactless payments. So in the UK, I think in 2022, there was about 17 billion contactless payments, and that was increasing 30% year on year. It's been a real shift in the way that people expect to pay and the experience that they expect to have. And it's opened up a huge amount of innovation in that space. I think the second, and one that Zopa has been very close to, is the rise of open banking. I think that initiative has allowed consumers to take their data with them in order to access a broad range of services and value. And at the moment, that's about 1 in 10 consumers using it. I think that as it opens up and encompasses open finance products, that's going to open up even more opportunities for consumers and for companies in the UK. So those things have really changed the landscape a lot. I'll be very interested to see what AI brings, because I think that will be the one that we're talking about very soon.
Sure, it's on the lips of a lot of people's mouths at the moment, AI,
Yeah.
Of course, to see what happens there. As we look forward as best we can into the future at the next generation of fintech customers, what do you think they're going to be looking to get out of their financial services, and who are these people that we're talking about? Who are this generation?
I mean, I actually think that the next generation of fintech customers is really the next generation of financial services customers, because the penetration of fintech has become so pervasive.
Sure.
My view is that there's a few things that people are really looking for. The first one is value. I mean, it's been a very turbulent macroeconomic environment the last few years. We all know that that's impacted a lot of consumers negatively, and people are really looking for great value out of the products that they buy into. That means that consumers are shopping around a lot more. I also think that we're looking at a generation of consumers that have grown up with mobile banking apps, with contactless payment, as we just talked about before, and also actually with a very broad range of technology services which are highly customized, very easy to use. So their expectations of financial services products are super high. And that's why I think more and more people are looking for products that meet those two criteria in the market. And it's actually one of the reasons that Zopa, I think, has done very well in innovating in lending and savings, and has recently announced that we're going to move into current accounts at the end of 2024, because we really feel that that sector is one where we can drive further change and further value for customers. So that's really exciting.
A positive ending as well of the conversation. So look, just thank you so much. I know you've got a busy event, a busy schedule ahead, but thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it, Clare.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.